Hey Corona Diary, it is day 20. Not much to report in terms of our health, although one positive right now is that sunshine we're having. It's absolutely beautiful, and I think it's lifted the spirits in a home. So it's not quite so miserable in my house today. People seem that little bit happier, and I think it's known that the seasons can change your mentality and how you're feeling, your depressive state. I'm somebody that's been suffering with depression for many years now, and I feel really good today. I love seeing the sun out. It's a bit crap that we can't go out in it. We can't go down to the beach or down to, you know, a recreation ground of some sort. But we know the importance of what's happening, and we will not be going outside. Now, unfortunately, I have seen in the news that people still ignore what's being said, the advice, because it's sunny. I read this morning an article which I'll probably reiterate in tomorrow's news because it is today's news, that a family from Bromley in London managed to travel 120 miles to go to the beach. Now that beach is fairly local to me. They travelled all that way, and they could have spread the disease around my local town to people innocently trying to get by. As you know, that sort of stupidity really does irritate me. I'm on a 12-week isolation. My partner is doing everything. He's doing all of the medication and the shopping. He's putting himself at risk because he has to get us by. And then there's idiots like that are travelling locally to where we are, all them miles down the road because it's sunny and they want to go to the beach. People can go to the beach as much as they like once this is lifted. What people don't seem to think is that if they just listen, the ban will be over quicker. The more people mess around, the longer this is going to drag on for. And it just infuriates me so much because it's the decent people that are listening that are suffering. I still have not seen any police anywhere outside. I can see quite a bit from where I am, and I've not seen police at all. I really haven't. But you can see quite a bit of what's going on outside. I know that there are people gathering that aren't supposed to be, walking around, groups of teens walking around together, having fun, laughing, being quite loud, quite vocal. It's not like people are trying to be discreet. I've got some neighbours that are out clapping for the NHS in 1 minute, and then the next minute they're all sat outside their front door drinking alcohol, not their back garden, outside their front door, either drinking alcohol and talking to passers-by. So, I mean, a little while ago there was 2 different passers-by, completely not together, separate, at their front gate. Both elderly people talking to them. Or they've got a car pulling up, hooting lots, and children inside that particular car and the adults from the house are standing up against the car. There's not even a centimetre's gap. They are leaning on the car that's got the children in, which means that they're putting those children at risk, because all it takes is for them to be carrying it to touch the side of the car, and then for the children to touch it when they get out of the car. I don't think people are thinking about this enough or taking it seriously enough. And unfortunately, I feel like we're going to have to get to the stage where the government says no one's allowed outside at all. I think that's the only way now. And then the police will actually have the power to do something about the people that are outside, because there will be no reason to go outside. I long for the day that people are told off, because where I am, nobody's listening. And it's so infuriating. So, rant over. As I say, I'm actually quite happy today because the sun is out. After this video, I'm going to go and sit in my garden. I'm just going to plonk my backside down and probably pull a few weeds out walk around and just enjoy some of that sunshine before it disappears, because knowing the British weather, I don't suppose it's here to stay, so you might as well make the most of it while you can. So on to the news. So the death toll yesterday rose to 4,313. It was a very steep rise. I saw family's agony as man takes his own life after struggling with self-isolation. 34-year-old Daniel, I don't know his surname, 34-year-old Daniel had diabetes and was high risk. So he was a diabetic, meaning he was high risk. So obviously he had some mental health issues, which meant that the isolation that he was put in meant that he wasn't coping and he took his own life. And that really is very, very unfortunate and very, very sad. So my heart goes out to the family right now. A medical professor with more than 50 years experience and a former director of the World Health Organization has predicted the UK's virus nightmare could end in just a few weeks, but warned the prediction could be destroyed if Britons break lockdown rules. So yeah, this is something we've just touched on. Princess Eugenie's father-in-law in ICU with virus, age 71, which is not good. UK death toll has now surpassed China's official tally. I don't suppose that their tally is completely accurate because they probably don't have all of the figures together at the moment. But of course, as it says, the figures they do have, we have now surpassed their death toll. Second mega mortuary being built in London, Leighton. Not heard of Leighton in London. Over 10 acres worth of land being used, and there is also one in Newham or Newnham. I'm not really sure which it was, but yeah, there is two, or there certainly will be two very, very soon. This bit of news really, really hit me hard because it's about somebody the same age as one of my children. And yeah, let's just get on with it, shall we? 5-year-old becomes the youngest in England to die. My youngest is 5. Now, I have seen that this child had some sort of underlying health condition. I don't know what that was, and I'm very, very upset. That's no age. I'd hate to think what that family are going through right now, because one would assume the family are in quarantine, which means that they can't go to their own child's funeral, a 5-year-old. Boris Johnson's fiancée has had symptoms of the virus, so yeah, she's got the main symptoms of the virus. She is pregnant, so we do hope that she stays safe and well. The government has said yesterday that hundreds of ventilators are being manufactured every day. They need to be. They need to be able to keep up with it, because I know there's been issues, unfortunately. Police are blocking access to a hospital, Watford General, after it discovered a problem with its oxygen equipment, potentially affecting COVID-19 patients. So, yeah, they have, by all accounts, moved a few patients to nearby hospitals. I'm not really sure the ins and outs of this one at all. Have no idea. Sadly, I saw that 13 care home residents die in the space of a week. So obviously they're all from the same building. And yeah, unfortunately, lots of people in the same building contracted it, and 13 of them died very quick and close together, which is very, very sad. I just hope that the rest of them are all safe. I saw some news, which make of it what you will, but twins born during the lockdown in India have been named Corona and COVID. I'll leave that one there. Coronavirus hit Kafkistan, lines up administration. So Kafkistan was the latest ones that seem to be struggling. Yesterday it was Debenhams, today it's Kafkistan. And I think I may have just spotted another brand just before I put the camera on, which will be in tomorrow's news. I'll confirm that with you. And the last bit of news for today was that the government had announced that lower risk prisoners at the end of their custodial sentences will be considered for early release amid fears that a prison outbreak of virus could overwhelm the NHS, which this is going to be a very controversial thing, and there's going to be a lot of reasons for people liking the idea and disliking the idea, and I can see the arguments either way, so I will keep my opinions to myself on this matter and leave it there. So guys, please do drop in the comments below anything that you can further on, add to what I've said, things more detail than what I've put across. I'll appreciate it, and I'm sure many others will. Please don't forget to keep putting those clapping emojis on every video. You don't know who might be watching these videos, and I want everyone to be showing their appreciation to these people, because even supermarket workers are saving our lives right now. They're keeping the country fed. They're working extremely hard, and they deserve every bit of support possible. So a personal thank you to anybody that's already put a clapping emoji in the comments section. I have noticed a few while I've been using my phone. I haven't responded to those messages yet, so if you are one of them people, please bear with me. I do respond to all messages currently, it's just I'm running late. That's usual for me, so yeah, I do apologise, but I will get around to responding to every message. But in the meanwhile, please know that those clapping emojis have really made me very happy, that people are so willing to support and appreciate others that are going through a really rough time right now. Take care of yourselves, be safe, and I will see you with the update tomorrow.